According to Jesus, most of us have committed murder at some point in our lives, and actually at multiple points in our lives. Welcome back to Small Talk Theology. And all this month, we're looking at what does it mean to be a follower of Jesus Christ. We're continuing to look at the Sermon on the Mount. Today's passage comes from Matthew chapter 5, verses 21 through 26. And Jesus is discussing the command, you shall not murder. Now, most of us would think, well, I've never committed murder. I've never killed an innocent person, although some people may have. But what's interesting about this passage is Jesus says, well, it's not just murder, the physical act. It's also whether you murder someone with your thoughts. Do you hate people? Do you wish ill upon people or bad things to happen? He says, if you hate your brother, that's the same as if you murder them. Or have you murdered people with your words? Have you said you're an idiot? Have you torn people down with the things that you say to them? Because Jesus says, if you've done any of these things, that's enough to make you guilty before God and to send you to hell. That's enough for you to be a murderer. And so a lot of times we think about sin, we think about outward actions that we do. But Jesus says it's not just about what you do outwardly, it's about the attitude of your heart. If you wish you could kill somebody but don't have an opportunity, you're not any better off than the person that actually does have the opportunity and does kill that person. If you are murdering people in your thoughts and with your words, he's saying then you're still a murderer. And so then he tells a story about a person that has a debt with another person. And he said, before they get to the judge, they should settle the debt with the person so they don't get thrown in jail. And the reality, I think, that Jesus is saying is, look, if you know you have wronged someone, you know you have murdered someone with your words or with your thoughts, you know that someone has a reason to have an accusation against you. He says, isn't it better to go make it right with that person before you have to stand before God? Now, that person may not forgive you, but the good news of the gospel is that Jesus can forgive you of all your sins through his death and resurrection from the dead. But that doesn't mean, Christians, that you don't still have to try and go to make it right with that person. So while you have an opportunity, while you have this moment in this life, try to make peace. Try to own up to the things you've done and the things you said that have hurt other people. God bless you guys. If you enjoy this content, like it, share it, subscribe. And if you have a question you'd like for me to answer, go ahead and put it in the comments. God bless you. Live for Jesus.